Good evening, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan from MPIinvest.com and welcome back to our post market podcast. Well, in the morning, I had told you that I don't see any reason for the market to fall, but I was expecting the day to either consolidate or slightly rise as the global markets were kind of going strong. But the things were actually looking different when the market opened. In fact, Indian market opened with a gap up at 17096, and from the word go we could see the market actually falling. So I was actually wondering what's taking the market down. I thought at least it would take some support at 17,000. When that was broken, then the next support was at 16,900, and things were like kind of showing that something was negative. And though I was not supposed to be staying online in the market, but I did spend some time today, and I was seeing the market going continuously down. So things were not clear, but suddenly the market again went up, which I thought was a support, but then no, there was a bigger fall, and the fall was like there was no end. The fall went on, it went and crossed every support. In fact, it kept falling to even breaking the 16,650 support and coming close to 16,600. Yes, of course, by end of day it recovered slightly and closed above 16,650, but still the market saw major bearishness. We were expecting a kind of negative or positive news from the US market as the Federal Reserve meeting would come out with the details today, but this was something different. I'm not understanding why such a bomb was struck in the Indian market by the RBI. Yes, a totally unexpected event took place today. At around 12 o'clock, there was a news flash that at 2 p.m. the RBI governor would actually come out and give out some details. But then, what was the details? It was kept a secret. But till then, we could see the market still falling. So probably there was some insider news. So what exactly happened? At 2 p.m., the RBI governor comes and says that in India, they are increasing the repo rates by almost 40 BPS, which is almost 0.4%. Now, why the sudden announcement today? I'm not sure. Yeah, could be because if you remember, we had discussed earlier in a podcast that the wholesale price inflation as well as the retail price inflation has actually come up very high, and probably that could be the reason. But why today all of a sudden? Because they are actually having a meeting coming up in June, so they could have done it then. But why it's today? In fact, if you see in the looking at the US market, in US market, Jerome Powell had actually come out and told in advance that there would be about almost 50 BPS of hike in the rates in the meeting today, and we were expecting probably it could go even higher. But in India, even if you remember about last 1 or 2 weeks back, if you remember, even our finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman had come up and told that our inflation levels are kind of slightly more than expected, but that is okay and can be manageable, and this is temporary because of the Russia-Ukraine war. But then, why all of this sudden, totally unexpected move? It is of course surprising to me as well. But then, yes, that is what spooked the market. In fact, if you look at the kind of data from FIA and DIA today, the FIS have continued to sell for 3,288 crores, while the DIAs have continued to buy at 1,338 crores. So the selling is same as always. They have been selling for around 3,000 crores, so that's common. But why such a big fall? So with the same amount of selling, the market would be much more stable. Such a big fall is not because of FIA selling. So probably there is some insider news, and that's exactly why some of the HNIs in India started selling in the morning. And when 16,800 was broken, we could see the retailers also joining the bandwagon, and the selling had no limit. And that's exactly why all of us at MPA family took the wise decision of starting to buy good stocks at great prices when the market actually touched its low today. Well, I'm sure all of you have taken the trades and actually bought some good stocks. I have actually taken some trades, very good trades, which I feel can give me very good profits in the coming days. But yes, if you look at my previous position, which I was holding, is in some loss, which I am hoping to recover in the coming days. So coming to tomorrow, what can happen tomorrow? In fact, the only news that we are waiting for is the news from the Federal Reserve. Now, as we speak, the US market is open, and let me just have a look at the US market and tell you what's happening there. But meanwhile, one important thing that we need to understand, if the Federal Reserve keeps the rates at 50 basis points, which is as per expectation, there are chances the market can be stable in US. But if that goes higher, then things can be bad. Okay, so I'm just looking at the US market right now as we speak. Dow Jones is down slightly, about 0.18%. S&P 500 is also down 0.48%. Nasdaq is down 1.3%. Of course, Nasdaq had kind of raised up also about 4% last 2 days. So there are chances that could be some small correction there. So however, the news is yet to come out from Federal Reserve. So let us see what is going to happen on that side. Now, coming to market tomorrow, I feel if US markets are stable today, we might see the market opening a slight gap up or also a major recovery in the market tomorrow. However, today 16800 was broken, but we cannot call that as a level broken big time, because this was probably because of the news that came in. So it could be also a knee-jerk reaction. So if that is the case, we could see the market recovering tomorrow. If we see the market recovering tomorrow, we can book some partial profits in the gold and silver plus club today, right? So let us have a look at that tomorrow. However, more news on what's happening in the US market can be discussed tomorrow morning in the pre-market podcast. However, we could see every sector in the market falling, so there's no big news to talk about there. But yes, in the morning itself, Reliance has started going on negative. So this is seeming like probably insider news coming in there. However, I am glad all of us at MPA family actually booked very good profits in Reliance just 2-3 days back when the Reliance was at its peak, and we have also exited that stock. So now probably after a good fall, it is time we start looking at adding them again. So I will let you know when I add in the community. For others who are not part of community, do remember to join our community. Details are available on our website. So members, let us look forward to a great day tomorrow. Let me talk more about it in the pre-market report tomorrow. So until then, have a good night's sleep. Let's catch up tomorrow. Goodbye.